It's Spence, the evil genius, from Winter Laboratory with your Lab Secrets tip of the day. Today we're proud to announce the release of our latest update to LabPhotos. LabPhotos is now empowered with the ability to keep photos private inside of any of your groups. That means that if you want to make a private group, you can have photos that will only be seen and shared inside of that group and not shared with the rest of your site, whether inside of the photo album or the activity stream. Let me show you what this looks like, how easy it is to set up and install. If we go over here to our Lab Secrets site, we can see that our regular photos page has the group of all the site photos. Now, as we've shown with the original version of this plugin, if you go ahead, click on My Photos, you can see the individual photos that you've updated. And if you wanted to go over to the Community tab under the Activity stream, you could see any images that have been uploaded recently. Now, by way of example, I went ahead and put in this little public image to show you that when I add an image into a public group, by default, it gets added to the particular activity stream for the whole site. With this new update, you can keep that private. Let's start from scratch. We're going to go on over to the Groups directory page, and you can see here that I've got a couple existing groups, including the one I just showed you, which is the public group for Lab Secrets group. And that was where I just had previously uploaded a photo that was designed to be displayed across the whole site. Now let's create a new group, and we're going to make it private. So I click on Create Group, and I'm going to call this Evil Genius Private Group, Only My Stuff. Wow. Create the group, and I can give it a description as to whether I want it to be with a forum. I want it to be private, remember, because I don't want this to be shared. And I'm going to click Next Step. I can invite people if I want to. In this case, I'm not going to. And I'm just going to have a quick avatar here rather than uploading something. So I'll click Finish. And now we've got a new group. Now, here's where the magic of the new update comes in. If I go ahead inside of this private group and click on Photos, I can now upload an image. And I'm going to use the same image that I just used of that yellow trike. So I'm going to add photo. Now I use the uploader, which is very automated. Just click and go, and it tells me when it's done. There's no hassle. I can drag multiple files if I want. When it's done, I have a chance to name it. I'm going to give it a name that says, this is the private photo. I can put a tag on it too if I want, like Spence. Click Save Changes. Now, the big difference here is that this particular image is only going to appear inside of the Evil Genius Private Group Photos area. It's not going to appear inside of the public area. So let me actually do one more thing. I'm going to add another photo, something else here, to give you an idea, just to make sure we don't get confused. Let's add one more photo, and I'm going to put in something that's just simple, maybe from my desktop stuff. I'll add this little image here of the Ning offices taken way back when. Ning fun. Okay, save this. So this is again going into my private group. I now have two images. Let's take a look at the activity stream. If I go back to my community activity stream, you'll see here that I only had that original one that I uploaded to the public Lab Secrets group. I don't have either one of these new images that I uploaded to my private group. Now, if I go on the other hand back to my private groups, so I go Groups, and I'm going to go into this Evil Genius Private Group, here's where those photos are located. And you'll see that they do appear in order inside of this activity stream. And more importantly, when I look at the photos for this group, I've only got those two photos. So back to the site, as you recall, when I go to the main photos area, I've got all the regular site photos here and they don't show up in it. If I go to my private group, I have my own photo album just for that group. Activity stream, same way. If I upload into a group that is a public group, then those particular images will show up as a link inside of the public photo stream. However, if I go into a private group and upload an image, those images will only show up into the private group activity stream. I see that we're at the end of the 5 minutes for this tutorial. I hope you'll enjoy the great power of the new updated LabPhotos from labsecrets.com.